All right, friends, so we're here to talk about Eureka Grade 5, Module 1, Lesson 2, regarding that learning target of I can explain the patterns in the base 10 system. This is something that has been giving us a little bit of trouble, so definitely remember to pause and rewind as you need so that way you can have appropriate understanding. And of course, make sure that you have something to write on and something to write with. With this, we definitely need to use our place value chart. This would be a great thing to write down on a special piece of paper that you put next to your workspace, that you put in your notebook, just a piece of paper that you can always reference. I know some of you have already done that as responsible learners, because it's super important that we are familiar with all of our place values, not only for this lesson, but just in general. So I highly suggest that you pause and you write this down on a separate sheet of paper that you always keep safe with all of these place values. But let's go ahead and move into our learning. So we're going to be talking about how when I am multiplying or dividing by a multiple of 10, how it changes on my place value. So remember, when I multiply, my numbers get bigger, and when I divide, my numbers get smaller. So if I was to work with the number 346 and 7/10. I have 346 and 7/10, and I want to times that by 100. Well, 100 is going to move it to two place values, because remember, each time I move a place value, I'm multiplying by 10. So if I'm going to move two place values, that's 10 times 10, which is 100. So that means that all of these are going to move two place values. So hundreds times 10 is going to become 10,000s. Times 100. 4 tens times 100 is going to become 4,000s. 6 ones is going to become 600s. 7 tenths is going to become tens, and you go ahead and fill in that 0. So I would get 34,670. Let's go ahead and look at a few more. Let's say that I'm working with 46 and 3/10, and I want to divide that by 100. So I have 46 and 3/10. I'm dividing by 100. I'm dividing, so I know I'm going to go to the right because I'm getting smaller. How many place values to the right am I going to go? 2, because again, if I go one place value, that would be dividing by 10. So 2 place values would be dividing by 10. Dividing by 10 and dividing by 10, so that would be 10 times 10, which would be dividing by 100. So let's go over 2 place values. That means this 3 is going to scooch over to my thousandths, 6 to my hundredths, 4 right there, and I still have my decimal, of course, in that same place value that my decimals always are, or same place I should say, so I get 463 thousandths. So again, friends, make sure that you're pausing, rewinding as needing. Make sure that you are familiar with our place values. Again, feel free to pause and write that down so that way it's available to you. And when you are ready, go ahead and move on to our practice.